Hi everyone, welcome back to Pharma Palette. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to memorize antifungal drugs classification a night before an exam and felt like everything just looks similar and confusing? Polyenes, azoles, allylamines, topical agents, and then inside again azoles, imidazoles, triazoles. It just keeps going. It feels like too many names, too many groups, and nothing really stays in your head. But don't worry, in this video, I am going to make this whole classification very simple for you. No heavy mugging, no stress, just easy memory tricks and small stories that actually help you remember. By the end of this video, you will feel much more confident recalling it without mixing things up. So relax and let's simplify this together. So, the antifungal drugs are divided into five different subclasses. In that, four classes will be starting with the letter A, and the one class will be starting with T, where T means it is topical agents, and the remaining A's are one is antibiotics, antimetabolites, azoles, and allylamines. Now, coming back to the first class, that is antibiotics. So, this antibiotics are further divided into three subclasses. So to remember the subclasses, remember the trick as HEP. Antibiotics in antifungal drugs, the subclasses are HEP, where H means it is the first subclass, that is heterocyclic benzofuran. E means it is the second subclass, that is echinocandins. And P means it is the third class, that is polyenes. So the first class is antibiotics. To remember the subclasses, remember it as HEP, where H means it is heterocyclic benzofuran, E means it is echinocandins, and P means it is polyenes. Now let's try to write the tricks under each class. So in the heterocyclic benzofuran, remember that there is only one simple example, that is griseofulvin. Griseofulvin is the only example that comes under this heterocyclic benzofuran. And coming back to this echinocandins, remember the trick as CAM, where C means it is the first example, that is caspofungin. A means it is the second example, that is anidulafungin. M means it is the third example, that is micafungin. That means echinocandins are having the examples in which all the examples will be ending with the term fungin and starting with the letters C means caspo, A means anidula, M means it is mica, and the echinocandins will be done. Coming back to this polyenes, remember it as ANH, where A means it is the first important drug under this antifungal drugs, that is amphotericin B. N means it is the second example, nystatin. H means it is hamycin. Amphotericin B, nystatin and hamycin comes under this polyenes. Done with the first antibiotics class. Now coming back to the second class, that is antimetabolites. So here antimetabolites, remember one term, that is flu. So the example is only one example, that is flucytosine. Antimetabolites, remember flu, only one example, that is flucytosine. Now coming back to the third class, that is azoles. So in the azoles, these are further divided into two subclasses. So the first class is imidazoles and the second class is triazoles. Imidazoles and triazoles. This imidazoles is again divided into two subclasses. So one is topical, one is systemic. Now, how do you remember the subclasses? So, just in azoles, remember it as IT, where I means imidazole, T means triazole. For imidazole, remember it as TS. T means topical, S means systemic. Now coming back to this imidazoles, remember that in this complete azoles classification, remember one thing, that these drugs will be ending with the term zole. So in the topical, I'll be giving you one trick. In the topical, remember the trick as Miko. In the systemic, remember the trick as King Keto. And for triazoles, remember the trick as IVFP. And also remember it as conazole. Now with these tricks, let's try to write the examples. So in the topical class, the trick is Miko. So where M means it is the first example, that is miconazole. E means it is the second example, that is iconazole. C means it is clotrimazole. O means it is oxyconazole. Miconazole, iconazole, cotrimazole and oxyconazole comes under this topical class. So coming back to the systemic class, there is only one single example, that is ketoconazole. So remember King Keto, so you'll write this ketoconazole. Now coming back to this triazoles class, so remember it as IVFP, where I means it is the first example, that is itraconazole. V means it is voriconazole. F means it is fluconazole. P means it is posaconazole. So either remember that these drugs will be ending with the term conazole, or remember these are having IVFP. I means itra, vori, flu, posa, conazole will be coming under this triazole drugs. So in the allylamine, just remember one trick, that is terebinafine. So there is only one single example, that is terbinafine. So coming back to the last class, that is topical agents. In the topical agents, remember only one simple trick, that is TUPC-QBS. TUPC-QBS, remember this code and the topical agents will be done. Where T means it is the first example, that is tolnaftate. U means it is undicyclinic acid. B means it is benzoic acid. C means it is cycloperox olamine. Q means it is quinidochlor. Quinidochlor. B means it is butanafine. Butanafine. S means it is sodium thiosulfate. So let me just repeat this complete classification for you once again. So the antifungal drugs are divided into 5 subclasses, and to remember the different subclasses, remember it as 4 classes will be starting with the letter A and 1 class will be starting with the letter T. Where A means it is first class, that is antibiotics. So to remember the subclasses, remember the trick as HEP, where H means it is heterocyclic benzofurane, E means echinocandins, P means polyenes. So in the heterocyclic benzofuranes, there is only one single example, that is griseofulvin. For this echinocandins, remember that these drugs will be ending with the term fungin, or remember as CAM, one is caspofungin, anidulafungin, M means micafungin fungin. Coming back to this polyenes, remember it as ANH, where A means it is amphotericin B, N means nystatin, H means hamycin. So coming to the second class, that is antimetabolites, remember it as flu. There is only one single example, that is flucytosine. Coming back to the third class, that is azoles, remember that these are subdivided into imidazoles and triazoles. So in the imidazole, these are again further divided into topical and systemic. Topical means remember it as mico as a trick, where M means miconazole, E means iconazole, C means cotrimazole, and O means oxyconazole. In the systemic, remember the trick as king keto, where there is only one single example, that is ketoconazole. Coming back to this triazoles, remember it as IVFP, or remember that these drugs will be ending with the term conazole. So I means it is the first example, that is itraconazole. V means it is second example, that is voriconazole. F means it is fluconazole, and P means it is posaconazole. So itra, vori, flu, posa comes under this triazoles, and the fourth class is allylamines. Remember there is only one single example, that is terbinafine. To remember this, remember it as allyl is saying terebinafine. And coming to this fifth class, that is topical agents, remember it as TUPCQBS, where T means it is tolnaftate, U means eudycyclinic acid, B means benzoic acid, C means cyclopyroxolamine, Q means quinidochlor, B means butanafine, and NS means sodium thiosulfate. So now you can see what looked like a long complicated classification is actually just a few simple patterns and memory tricks. And this is exactly what helps in exams. For theory exams, yes, you need to remember and write full drug names properly. But in competitive exams like GPAT, even if you can just recognize the drugs using these tricks, you can easily identify the right option and tick the right answer. So that's the power of learning smart. You don't always have to study more. Sometimes you just need to study in a way your brain understands. If this video made things easier for you, do like the video, share it with your study partner, because these tricks become even stronger when you revise together. And if you are new here, subscribe to Pharma Palette for more such simple, stress-free pharmacological tricks. See you all in the next video, and thanks for watching.